Review.
I was somewhere else. I was on some goddamn death race. Some nightmare remix of San Francisco.
Yeah. Okay, John.
I'm serious!
Damn, John, you're either screwing with me or scaring me. I don't know which.
Chasing down crooks in high-speed chases, performing death-defying feats of driving, or bringing down entire criminal organizations might be a bit much for your average cop. But Driver San Francisco's John Tanner takes it in his stride. As you begin your beat on the mean streets of San Francisco, the reason why becomes clear. Tanner's uncanny ability to shift into the body of citizens lets you do things other cops can't. Instantly drive any vehicle in the city, coax case clues from criminal passengers.
Okay, I did it! I tipped them off!
Or use cars as battering rams, to name but a few. While the premise behind this ability is ludicrous, a coma-induced dream given to you by a criminal mastermind, it all makes sense as you soar over the living, breathing city for the first time, instantly transporting yourself to new missions and swiftly jumping between cars to take down criminals. Shifting is Driver's coup de grace, the feature that lays to rest bad memories of Driver 3 and reinvigorates the franchise. While the narrative is completely implausible and at times downright confusing, it allows Driver to free itself from the shackles of the real world and introduce the unique shift that underpins the entire game. Shift allows you to take control of any vehicle with just a few button presses. Engaging it lets you float above the city with varying levels of zoom, allowing for close-up views of roads, all the way through to a bird's eye view that lets you see right across the huge expanse of San Francisco. Missions are marked on the map too, allowing you to zip between them in seconds, minimizing downtime and letting you get straight into the action. Speaking of action, there's a huge amount on offer, with a wealth of different mission types to choose from, including loads of optional side missions. Even for something as simple as racing, there are multiple types such as checkpoint racing, with marked and unmarked routes, smash racing, where you have to smash objects along the route to gain time, and team racing, where you have to rapidly shift between two competitors to ensure that they finish in first and second place. Then there are the police missions, where you have to chase down criminals by using your boost ability to ram them off the road, or shift into oncoming traffic to ram them head on, with replays letting you view the carnage in glorious slow motion. Most fun of all are stunt missions, where you have to perform feats of daring such as drifts, handbrake turns, and huge jumps over moving vehicles. Each of the main missions has a story attached to it. Sometimes they relate back to the main narrative, while others involve ordinary citizens who've got themselves into a spot of trouble.
Where the hell?
Such as parents whose child has been kidnapped, or irresponsible teens that have entered street races. These stories aren't especially engaging thanks to corny dialogue and passable voice acting, but references to kitsch 70s cop shows and past driver games let you know that the game never takes itself too seriously.
If it was just that what? It was just that.
If it was just that simple.
Oh yeah, I'd love to hear
Yeah,
this.
if it was just that simple.
You're blowing hot air, Johnny. You're blowing hot air like a big old...
Any mission you complete rewards you with willpower, which you can then use to buy new cars from garages around the city. All the vehicles are officially licensed, and there are a lot to choose from. These range from slower vehicles such as the Fiat 500 through to supercars such as the Ford GT and Zondas. Each car shares the same over-the-top feel. Think Hollywood car handling rather than all-out realistic. Performing handbrake turns, reverse 180s, and driving under moving trucks is par for the course, though there are subtle differences between cars. For example, American muscle cars such as the Ford Shelby GT are very fast, but are a handful round the corners, while cars like the Aston Martin Rapide combine speed with better cornering ability. Thanks to official licenses and detailed visuals, each car looks the part too. There's a real feeling of pride as you drive around in your newly acquired supercar, the sun glinting off the shiny paintwork along with the reflection of passing buildings and signs. Cars don't stay that way for long though, with crashes and aggressive driving taking their toll on your car's bodywork. Windscreens crack and lights smash while hoods and side panels fly off in all directions. The environments are less impressive, but a lot of life has been injected into the city. Roads are always filled with cars, requiring you to weave through traffic at breakneck speeds to complete certain timed missions. It also means there's always a car to shift into, so you're never caught out. There's no shortage of pedestrians either, adding to the living feel of the city, even if they do have the uncanny ability to leap out of the way of speeding cars at a moment's notice. Even if you exhaust the many hours of content in the single-player modes, Driver features a range of multiplayer options. These include Trailblazer, where each player has to catch the trails from a speeding DeLorean to earn points, and Tag, where each car competes to be it and score points. To unlock further modes, you have to earn experience points and level up, which is irritating if you just want to jump straight into something different. The addition of shift to online races is excellent, making them seriously manic. Rapid shifting means any one of the AI-controlled cars on the road is a potential competitor, so you're always kept on your toes. If you'd rather take on a friend face-to-face, Split Screen offers all the same modes. There are also additional co-op races like Clean the Streets, where you have to prevent marked vehicles from reaching their destination, and a free drive mode where you can kick back and enjoy a leisurely drive around the city. While on the whole these modes work well, there is a noticeable amount of slowdown when you enter heavy traffic areas on freeways, turning them into something of a slideshow. Driver San Francisco isn't without its faults. Missions can get a little repetitive towards the end, particularly if you're doing all the side missions too. The storyline is ludicrous, and the less said about the incredibly frustrating final boss battle, the better. But a wealth of content, fast cars, and the inspired shift mechanic mean you're always kept in the thick of action-packed and over-the-top driving missions that are an absolute thrill to play.